to do our lunge series right now. So this is just taking a small step to the side. You're gonna squeeze, and you're gonna do the other side, alternating and squeeze. So you're gonna keep this trailing leg nice and straight while you're loading into this other leg. So you're gonna keep your toes straight, so don't turn them out. So you're gonna keep them straight, and then as you're stepping, you're gonna sit into that glute, and then come back, sit, and come back. Now I'm gonna go on my side because a common problem people have with this is that they tend to wanna bend with their lower backs, and bend with their lower backs, and then their back starts to ache, or they aggravate their sciatica, okay? So what you wanna do is, as you're stepping, you wanna hinge, and then come back up, relax. You wanna step and hinge from your hips, and come back up. So I imagine those Lego figurines that hinge. So you're lunging, hinging, your lower back is naturally following your hips as you lower. So you're not putting any strain in your lower back while you're strengthening your glutes, lengthening your inner thighs, creating great support for your pelvic floor. Now I want you to do a little bit of a squeeze into a squat, and then lunge. Squeeze and lunge. Squeeze and lunge. Now we're gonna try to lunge a little deeper and add a lift. Deeper, add a lift. So just imagining your belly button lifting, belly button lifting. Two more on each side. Last one. Excellent. Now what I want you guys to think about is we're gonna do a crossover squat, lunge, crossover. But what you're gonna do again though, is now you're gonna add a little bit of a squat in between. So I want you to slightly turn your toes in. So you're gonna do a little squat, and then you're gonna do lunge. Squat and lunge. Notice my heel is on the ground right now. In a second, I'm gonna have you lift your heels up so that you can lunge further down. So as I squat and lift my heels up, I can come down further. So forward, angle, diagonally angle your leg forward, lift my back heel up, and lift my back heel up to really open up and get that front, those glutes really lengthened and loaded and turned on. I know this one feels awkward. Don't worry. It will come. Part of the awkwardness is you may have limitations in your fascia, or your muscles are tight, or your muscles are weak. Good, and take a deep breath. Relax. Now we're gonna lunge diagonally to the back. So imagine you're in a square box, and if you drew diagonals, your leg is gonna be on that diagonal vector. Your toes is gonna point back. You're gonna lunge there. Squeeze, lunge, squeeze. And just make sure that when you're wearing leggings, not have the shiny, slippery kind like I have, because then the ball will roll up too high and limit your motion. You want the ball to be right above your knees, so around this area, right here. And then you squeeze the ball, because that's what's gonna allow maximum mobility and motion of your leg bones, your femur, and that will then turn on your pelvic floor muscles without you having to think about it. So natural Kegels. and turning on our core. Good, I'm gonna do a few lower ones. So if you're here, you're comfortable, great. But if this is really easy for you, you can hinge and lower. Hinge and lower. And that would be a great progression. Good. Now add a reach. And then when you come back to the center, make sure you're nice and tall. And then come back, nice and tall, squat. One more on each side.